into all of that. Lion from Lagos, Aja. All right. So let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. So we are going to do this for the next extra, let's say 4 minutes more. Okay, so because many others are still going to obviously join the training. So I'm just going to give them more grace to join before we proceed with the class. Okay, so let's keep it going. Who is there? Who is there? Who is there? Okay. Who is next? Who is next? Who is next? All right. Who is next? Ayo, okay. Ayo, Lawa, Lagos, builder, merchant, real estate marketing, and aspiring developer. Wow, great. Okay. So, what does it take to, currently I met a realtor, or not really a realtor, someone, an aspiring developer like you, sometime around March, you joined a training like this. And today, his properties are, because he decided to go into development, so his property at this point are at the level of second decking or first decking. Last Saturday, they did the first decking of the project. This is someone that knew nothing, as in he has never been a realtor, he has never been a marketer, he has never been anything in the real estate space. And today his projects or his properties that is building in his estate are already at the distant level. Why? Because of the knowledge and he has been able to acquire from attending most of our trainings. All right, so we'll see a lot of other things as we progress. So, all right, so a few more minutes to go, few more minutes to go. Where are other members? I could count the number of people who have introduced themselves compared to those we have in the group right now or in the class right now. So everybody introduce yourself. Okay, let me start mentioning names. Okay, Mr. Valentine, Grace, Eloho, Faith, Uzoho. Sorry if I don't get that name correct. Tosi, Amarashi Roots. Okay, sorry, I think Amarashi Roots has introduced herself. Pastor Israel Abiodun. Okay, I think he has introduced himself also. Titi, Solomon David. Okay, and so on. I want everybody introduce yourself at the comment section. Okay, introduce yourself at the comment section. That's the only thing that is expected of you. You just introduce yourself at the comment section. Okay, so my slide is ready to go. Oh, sorry, hello. Okay, you say you have introduced yourself already. Sorry about that. I must have missed that. Right, so let's keep it going. Let's keep it going. Okay. Oh, Eloho from Port Harcourt. Yeah, I can see that now. On 3rd of December, I will be in Port Harcourt. On the 3rd of December, I will be in Port Harcourt live and direct. 3rd of December, I will be in Port Harcourt live and direct. Okay. So for those of you in Port Harcourt, you can expect to see me. If you can ask for more details, so you can join the training as well. Those of you in Port Harcourt, I'll be coming for a training, a realtors training in Port Harcourt. Okay, I'm Godwin Premium. Sorry, is Premium part of your name? Mr. Godwin, is the Premium part of it, or you are Premium Lagos Realtor? Which of them? Okay, all right. Okay, I'll do that. I'll post the link because I think people are already registering. I think though I'm not the one organizing, it's a company that is organizing, and I'll be one of the speakers there. So and I think it is a free training. From the information I have is that it is a free training. So for those of you in Port Harcourt, it's an opportunity for you to join. But one thing for sure is that it is going to be an engaging section, okay? So it's a border around marketing, sales, wealth building, and so on. There will be different facilitators in that section. All right, 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute to go as we move into the class where I begin to share my slide with you, all right? 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute to go, all right? 1 more minute to go. 1 more minute to go, 1 more minute to go. That will be 8:10, 10 minutes past 8, we will be kicking off. All right, the building, the realtor, the Pro Realty. Okay. Now, first, let me give you, okay, it seems everyone here that has introduced themselves is a realtor. Now, let me tell you the reason why more realtors registered for the training. Maybe let's start from there, okay? The reason why we have more realtors who saw the ad is because the email list I uploaded were all realtors. I repeat, the email list I uploaded while running the ad were all realtors. The question is, some of you have been running ad. I've started the class like this, though I will be sharing my screen. Some of you have been running ad and you say you don't get customers or you don't get lead. The question is, do you have an email list as a realtor? Do you have an email list? Who is in your email? And even if you have an email list, the next question is, who is in your email list? Is the next question to answer. Who is in your email list? The kind of people you want to buy your product, are they available in your email list? Because if I should ask you now, which I'm going to do, for those of you who know me, I like the class being interactive and engaging. So sorry, I can just randomly mention your name, and please, I will expect you to respond and let's discuss. It's going to be more of teaching and discussion, right? So the question I asked again, how many of you have an email list? If you have an email list, go to the comment section and say, I have an email list. If you have an email list, go to the comment section and say, I have an email list. Go to the comment section and say, I have an email list. Everybody to the comment section, I have an email list. In the next 2 minutes, I have an email list. I have an email list. Okay, some persons are raising up their hand. I have an email list. I have an email list. If you have an email list, to the comment section, I have an email list. To the comment section, I have an email list. Every digital platform, right, allows you to upload email addresses of your prospective or target customer or your customers look alike. So if the target customers are bankers, right, you are supposed to, there is an option where you can upload the email addresses of bankers. That means you must have already had email addresses of bankers. You can upload those emails. And when you upload those emails, this is what would happen. The platform would show your ad to more of bankers, being that it was bankers you uploaded their email list. That is one secret of advertisement. But today's section is not really focused much on advertisement. Rather, it is focused on how to set a sales target, strategies to meet your sales targets, and execute it. That is what we are all here for today. So let's leave that aside.
When you come to around not 2.
So now I'll be sharing my screen as we proceed with this section. These people are still joining the group, the training. Okay, time to share my screen. Oh, Jesus. More of builders and consultants. And when that means if you should run the ad, more of builders and consultants will be the one to see your ad. The question is your
office key. Call Anna. Let's have get my office key.
Please do, in as much as I'm muting you, also mute yourself in if you know you want to interact with someone on your background, please, so you don't interrupt the class. Because if I mute you more than 2 times, the 3rd time I'm going to evict you from the class. So take note of that. That is my procedure. Okay, so we have on the screen saying, okay, annual sales target creation and execution for business owners, realtors, and entrepreneurs. So who is a realtor? Okay, we have more of realtors, but they weren't entrepreneurs. People introduce themselves as entrepreneurs. So let's, okay, so now let me share my screen properly. So see. Oh, okay. I believe you can all see my screen as I walk you through this section. So what are the major points we are covering today? Understanding of sales in business, advertisement and digital platforms, prospecting in a digital ecosystem, setting annual sales target, sales optimization strategy. These 5 points are what we'll be discussing today. At every point in time you have question, although I'm going to create space for question, but whenever you have question, put your questions on the comment section, all right? So we can be fast. I'm expecting to deliver this in maximum of 2 hours, 30 minutes maximum, right? All right, so let's proceed. First, for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, let me even ask, who has been in my training here before? I have been in your training before. Indicate in the comment section. So I know I've seen a few persons who have been in my sections before, both physical, and I can see Mr. Valentine, who traveled all the way from Asaba to attend one of our boot camp in Lagos. So I can see Chris, who is a regular of our online sections. I can see Ayodele Lawal, I think, who have attended our sections. And okay, yeah, Ayodele, been in your training before. Okay, Rachel, I can't really recall you, but this is my first time. Okay, so which means we have people who have been in my sections before. So at least if I give you some testimonial, at least they are here to tell you whether it's true or false. So let's go. So back to so for those of you who are meeting me for the first time, my name is Christopher Moses. By God's grace, I'm the digital strategist of the Realtors Marketing Academy. The Realtors Marketing Academy is an institution that is focused on training realtors on. Okay. It is an academy, like I said, that is focused on training realtors on marketing, sales, branding, and so on, right? So 3 major areas the academy is focused on: sales, marketing, and branding, brand building, right? So that is for the Realtors Marketing Academy. And I also run a Mr. Academy. So I also run another academy, which is called the Tech and Enterprise Academy, where we teach people on programming skills, tech skills, and also how to start and manage a tech business. Okay. And aside that, who is this person? Mr. Henry. Okay, so back to what I was saying. So, like I said, I'm a business growth strategist, Google certified digital marketer trainer, and this is what I do for a living. Thank you and God bless you. So I help businesses to attain. I always tell people, when people ask me, what do you do? I am a growth specialist, right? I help people to grow in career, business, and in terms of business, there are major things we grow: brand visibility, we grow profit margin, we grow sales, we grow revenue. These are some of the things we grow. That is the focus of our businesses, right? So let's leave that and come to the next point. So understanding the difference between marketing, advertisement, and sales plan. What's the difference between these things? When we say marketing, what is the difference between marketing and sales? What is the difference between marketing and advertisements? What are the difference between these things or these terms? What is the difference? All right. So the first thing we'll be doing in this section is to explain these terms. Mr. Henry, my next mute will be to evict you from the class, please, Mr. Henry. The more I mute it, the more you turn it on, and you know your background is noisy. So the next mute would be to evict you from the class, because you are really distracting me already. Okay, so back to the point. What's the difference between these terms? So how do we use them so we can get real result? What's the practical, not theoretical, practical meaning of these terms? Practically, what does these terms mean? That's the first thing we want to explain. So let's start from sales. What is sales? And what are the processes involved in selling? I'm going to give you different definitions that talks about sales, and I'm going to explain. So sales is a term used to describe the activities that lead to the selling of goods and services. That is one. So activities, that is one definition of sales. Another definition of sales is a process that results in a transaction between two or more parties in which the buyer receives the offering. One thing I want you to take note of here is offering. And when I say offering, I don't mean the one you give. For those of you who are Christian, I don't mean the one you give in church, right? So offering, and the seller gets something of value in return, which is usually money. Now, I'm going to ask you one thing. This year, in course of all your marketing and sales activities, your advertisement and so on, have you ever had an offering? Have you ever offered something? And when I mean offering something, I'm not referring to that thing which you sell. The thing you sell, right, is the value. But what I'm saying here is, what are you offering? In your adverts, in your marketing, do you have an offer? For those of you who run ads, you have only been running one type of ad, which is awareness about the products you sell. But there are three types of advertisements you must run. Advertisement number one is the awareness adverts. Visibility adverts, right? You run adverts and you tell people, and what is the advert about? I am holding this. This is an external hard drive, right? Telling people about the presence or what this hard drive is about, the existence of this hard drive and the benefits of owning this hard drive. But in that, there is no offering. I'm going to explain more as we proceed. So sales is also, it's okay, in sales, this is no longer a definition, it's like an explanation. It involves helping prospective clients or customers by listening to them and understanding their wants and needs to find them what they are looking for. Remember, it is not finding them what they are selling. Oh, sorry, what you are selling. It is finding them what they are looking for. Now, the question is, the people whom you have been trying to sell to, are they looking for what you are selling? The people you have been trying to sell your, since we have more of real estate people, so I'm going to be using real estate as case study in most of my example. Now, the thing is, the people you have been prospecting to, most of you don't even prospect, but let's say the people you have been doing marketing to, advertisement to, the people you have been targeting, the question is, are they looking for what you are selling? If I ask you, who is your target audience from experience in the real estate sector, what you always tell me is high net worth people. And if you're looking for high net worth people, no problem. But the question is, the high net worth people, are they looking for what you are selling? So you need to jot that down. The people I have been marketing to, are they looking for what I am selling? Please, if you don't have your, one thing I forgot to mention, I like people writing, okay? Because you say record it, I know most of the time, 80% of people don't go back to the recording. Okay, so make sure you write something down. Okay, so That's one question you need to ask yourself. Number two is that it involves helping. Now, have you been helping or have you been advertising? Have you been trying to help or how have you been marketing? How have you been trying to sell? Have you been focused on helping or have you been focused on helping your target market, or you have been focused on, what's the word? Helping yourself. That is another question you need to jot down. So that's what all I'll say for now. When I finish explaining, going through all three terms, then I'll come back and begin to analyze them. So now, what is marketing? Okay, let me ask somebody in the group, or in the class, sorry, who is there. Like I said, my classes have to be interactive, so I can just randomly pick somebody and ask somebody a question. So someone, okay, for now, I wouldn't want to pick anybody, so somebody should tell me, what is marketing? That's really on them. And there is no fail, there is no pass, all right? Whether you get it correct, there's no fail, so don't be shy. So I need answer. What do you think? You can unmute yourself, especially if you are certain there is no noise on your background. You can unmute yourself. What is marketing?
Hello. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I will just put it in a very short form.
Okay.
Marketing is telling people about what you're selling.
Okay.
So marketing can define as showing people what you're selling or what you're into.
All right, that is great. So who is responding to that question? Sorry.
It's Dora.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Any other response?
Hello.
Hello, sir.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, Oludare.
All right.
Marketing is activity of selling a product to satisfy customer profitably and meet their wants and needs.
Okay, that is marketing. Okay. Now, okay, because of time, I would like to end there. I know a lot of persons have something to say, but I would like to end there and let me analyze these answers, right? From the last person, Oludare, we talk about marketing being the act of selling product or services and to satisfy a need of customers and so on, right? Now, but I will beg to disagree, even though most definitions say so. Book-wise, that might be marketing definition, but that is not marketing practically. Okay? And now this is why I say this. The end product of marketing is not sales. When I do marketing, yes, the long-term goal is to sell, but the end product of marketing is not sales. When marketing ends, sales and prospecting takes over. And the reason why 70% of businesses don't sell is because they only do marketing. So if you want to sell, you must move beyond marketing. So now let's see what is on the screen. Now, number one, so marketing refers to any action a company or a person takes to attract. Number one is attract an audience. So number one is to attract. So now the question is, have you been attracting or have you been repelling? Because some persons or some of you whom I have come across your marketing activity, your marketing activities or content repel. It doesn't attract. Example, you join a WhatsApp group, a church WhatsApp group. They tell you this is a church WhatsApp group. Immediately you join, you blast 20 flyers of your products and services. Is that attractive? Obviously, no. It only shows that you are arrogant, you don't obey instructions, you are not responsible, and all of these traits that I've mentioned and many more that can be described, that act of posting what is not supposed to be posted in a particular group can be described as, those attitudes repel people. It doesn't attract people. So number one is your marketing attracting? So the other lady defined marketing as awareness about the products and services you are selling, right? Yes, true. Now, when creating that awareness, the end idea is that it should attract people. That is the end idea. So after the awareness, if there is no attraction, your marketing isn't complete. So now the next one says true high quality messaging. Okay, so now the thing is, the content of your marketing, are they quality? Is there any message inside of it? That you send text message doesn't make it a marketing message. That you blast your flyer doesn't make it a marketing message. What is the quality of the marketing message? Does it make me want to do business with you? Does it attract me to wanting to buy what you sell? Does it want to make me know you more? Does it make me want to associate with you more? That is what we call quality, high quality messaging. So until your message is attractive, you have not started doing marketing. Are we together? Are we together, people? So now the next one is marketing aim to deliver standalone value for prospects and consumer through content. Don't, in as much as we are in a digital world, don't market like you are marketing to 1 million persons. Market like you are marketing to one person at a time. I didn't say market to one person at a time, but market like you are marketing to one person at a time, which means your marketing message should be addressing people in singular and not in plural. It should be focused on one type of buyer persona at a time. I shouldn't be saying doctors, lawyers, journalists, and so on. In my one marketing message shouldn't contain all of those professions. That is what we mean by standalone message. So if I want to target, I would have to target doctors alone, and my message must be crafted to suit doctors alone. So if it does not, if it's beginning to capture too many people, it already tells me it is not a standalone. Customers in today's world, even the way in the era of digital activities, wish to be addressed special, and special people don't join the crowd. Now, what is prospecting? Who has been doing prospecting? Have you done prospecting this year? I can say a lot of you have done marketing, but how many of you have done prospecting? How many of you have done sales? The end product of marketing is lead generation. The beginning of sales is prospecting. I repeat, the end product of marketing is lead generation. When somebody contacts you that, I love what you sell, I am interested, I fill your form. All of you in this training or this class, you are all lead. You are not my customers. All of you that join the WhatsApp group, right? You are all leads, but you are not, all of you are not prospect. So what I need to do is to prospect to my leads in order to find prospects among them. So the question is, have you been prospecting? In a digital world, especially, 99% of business people, marketers, and salespeople don't prospect, and that is why they don't sell. Okay, let me ask this question. Who has run ad this year? I run ad this year. Let me see you on the up. Indicate in the comment section. Okay, yes, yeah, yes, not all of you are customers. Chris, you're a customer because you have been paying for services, so you're a customer. Yes, for those of you who are patronized, maybe for you are a customer. Yeah, so that is true. Okay, now let's leave that aside. Now the question is, who has run ad this year? Okay, Abiola say he has run ad this year. Okay, can you, if there's no noise in your area or where you are, I would like you to respond verbally. Let me hear you. Okay, I mean Mr. Abiodun. Is it Mr.? Yeah, there's a man's name. Abiodun. So Abiola, sorry, Abiola. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. Good evening.
Sorry, isn't my volume that is low? I can barely hear you.
Good evening. Good evening. I can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, so you have run ad this year, you said.
Yes.
What did you try selling?
I tried selling a 3-bedroom bungalow around Dunbar.
3-bedroom bungalow. So what kind of ad what platform did you run the ad? Let's start from there. What platform?
On Facebook.
On Facebook.
Yes.
How many sales did you make?
None. None, but I had leads. And
okay, I like that. Now you had leads. How many leads did you have?
I had over 20.
You had over?
I have over 28 leads.
28.
Let's say 30 leads.
Okay, let's say 30. Yes. Now let me ask you. If, please, everybody listen, oh, if I give you 10 leads in a month, how many can you convert?
Okay, I will prefer to answer you this way. From the 30 leads, let me help you rephrase your question.
Okay.
Okay, let me work on the 30 leads that I got from the ad. I've been able to.
I don't know if it's everyone. I am struggling to hear you.
Okay.
Clear now.
Is it better now?
Yes.
Okay.
Very good.
So from the 30 leads, I've been able to have a regular relationship, business relationship with at least 5 of them.
Okay.
And we're still on the journey to them filling the form and making their initial deposit.
Okay.
So,
that is fine. That is a good response. Now, the thing is, let me ask, did you feel this? When did you run this ad, please?
September.
September, October. Okay, September, October. All right. So that's approximately 2 months now.
Yes.
Am I correct?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me ask this question. Right? Did you feel disappointed after month 1?
No, because that was my first try.
Oh, that is great. Now, okay, now let me just allow you for now. I'll come back to you later. Now, but the point I'm trying to make is this. There are people from experience, there are people who would get lead after week 1, week 2, in fact, not even week 1, immediately they call them and they don't fill form immediately. That is where it ends. They are expecting the lead to start buying now. So if they have 20 lead, 30 lead, they're expecting 30 sales. It doesn't work that way. That's just the point. Leads, yes, you have gotten lead. It shows people of interest. Now, according to you, you have been able to build relationship with 5. So in course of that relationship, you want to know who is qualified to buy. Now, most of the time, out of those 5, not all of the 5 will be qualified to buy that particular product you actually advertise. There's some might be qualified to buy land. Some others will be qualified to buy something else. That is the point. Okay? And how are you? This relationship is part of what we call prospecting. Real estate is not ewa. Real estate is not Gary. So don't expect to sell because people have seen your ad. And another thing you should also take note of is in prospecting is that marketing and advertisement gives you visibility and gives you interest. Now, the question is, there are so many things you and I have interest in, but you have not purchased. Why? If every advert should lead to sales based on interest, you have seen Milo advert this year. You have seen, what do you call, possibly you must have even seen aeroplane advert this year. Don't you have desire to buy aeroplane? Don't you have desire to own a private jet? But still you have not purchased. Why? Because you might have the interest, but might not be ready. You might have the interest, but might not have the financial power. You might have the interest, but there are situations that will stop you from purchasing. So the thing is, the bedrock of selling is lead generation. The number of sales you can make is directly proportional to the number of leads you can generate and your conversion percentage. I'm going to get to that, but let me not spend too much. So prospecting is the first step in the sales process, which consists of identifying, right? Identifying potential customer, AKA prospects. Okay, so the thing is, after lead generation comes a process of identification. Among those your lead, Aboki might even be there. Aboki that is in Meduguri that doesn't even know his way to Lagos must have even seen that your ad. But the question is, does it mean he wants to buy your property? No. He might like the beautiful lady you used to run the ad. He might like the way you spoke Queen's English. That is what, there are a lot of, one thing we fail to understand is that all leads are not equal. What do I mean by all leads are not equal? Some of the leads, what they have, because we are saying that lead is anyone, okay, I've not gotten to the definition of lead, but the lead is anybody or the contact details of a person who have shown interest in your product, your services, your brand, or your advertisements. These are the things. So the question is, some of them showed interest in your advert material. Maybe the beautiful girl you use that made the video, that is what the person is interested in. Yet the person is a lead. But the question is it the beautiful girl you are selling? Obviously, no. So that already identified that person as a non-prospect. Maybe the person only have interest in your brand. I like this company logo. I like the way their page is. I like the way they do things. That is what they like. That person is a potential customer or is a prospect, but not an immediate prospect. Then you have people who have interest in the products or the services you are actually selling. That is your first focus. Now, when you get people who have interest in the product and service you are selling, now comes another process again. So your first stage of prospecting is to identify what does these people have interest in? Do they have interest in my product or service? That is one category. Do they have interest in my brand? That is one category. Do they have interest in my marketing and advertisement material? That is another category. Now, your first points of focus is those who have interest in the product and the services you are offering. Somebody, you run an ad, so for a lady run an ad and because somebody say, fine girl, and you say that person is a lead. Yes, he's a lead, right? But he's not a lead or interested in what you are selling. Okay? So now you now start, after you've known those who have interest in the product and services you're offering, the next stage is that you want to know among them who is qualified to buy now. Okay? Who is qualified to buy now? Who is actually in the market? Among the people who have shown interest, who is in the market? And when we say who is in the market, who is currently searching for that product. I might have interest in the product, but that does not mean that I am interested now. I might want to buy in 2 years' time. Maybe I might want to buy by next year, June. I might want to buy in my birthday next year. So I already have it. I want to reward myself with a gift of a car in my next year's birthday, right? So maybe that is my interest. So, but now I saw a good advertisement that is showing a car and I'm interested in it. But that does not mean that I want to buy it now. Okay, so you are looking for prospecting, help you to identify those that are ready now. But that does not mean that you should throw away the others. The others now is they are interested in products and services, but are not ready now. So you class them in different categories. The level of attention and the type of information you send to each of these people differs. That's the thing. You don't send them the same message. You don't give them the same level of attention. Are we together? So that is what prospecting is about. The reason why majority of people don't sell is because they don't prospect. All right. I'll give you room for questions. Any question to the comment section? Any question to the comment section? Be typing in your question while I explain advertisements. All right. So I'll give you room, type in your question, then I explain advertisement. I will answer those questions.
Hello, sir.
Yeah. I say put it on the comment section, Mr. Chris, please. It is after I explain advertisement, I'll be attending to question verbally, all right? Everybody puts your questions in the comment section. After explaining advertisement, then I will come and answer some of those questions, and I also give opportunity for people to ask verbally. All right, advertisements. My area of expertise and specialty, advertisements. I want to run ad. I want to run ad. I want to run ad. The advertisement is not a standalone thing. Advertisement supports marketing. That's what advertisement does. Okay? You don't just wake up in the morning, I want to make sales, so you decide to go run ad. No. You don't just run ad. Advertisement is essential, though. Now, sorry. All right, so is advertisement. So advertisement is a promotional activity which aims to create awareness or sell a product or services to a target audience. So what advertisement platforms, all right, or what's the word now, magnifies your marketing activity. That's what advertisement does. Advertisement push your marketing activities. Advertisement push your marketing message. The reason why some of you don't sell is because you don't have a marketing message. Advertisement promotes your message. People buy your message or your ideology. Since most of you are in real estate, marketing in real estate, people buy the lifestyle. Some of you don't have a lifestyle that you're advertising. You are only advertising the concom, the house. I cannot imagine how my life will look like by looking at your advert. I can't imagine how my life would look like if I live in that your house. I cannot imagine how my life would look like if I invest in that product or services. I cannot imagine how my life would look like or how people would look at me when I wear that your clothes you are selling. For those of you who are in fashion. Before anybody buys a cloth, he imagines how he or she would look in that cloth. If the imagination is not good, they won't buy. So it's the same thing. So what do you expect people, your marketing message should make me to imagine? What kind of imagination comes to mind when I see your products, when I see your services? All right. Okay, now time for questions and answers. Let me answer some of the questions you guys have here already. Comments, chats. Okay, let me see them. Okay, run ad every week. Okay, if I get you correct, you run ad every week. That's what Frank is saying. Frank Edge. I think that's what you are saying. I want to believe. Then Andy, say, what is email list and how can I generate it? Okay, email list is a list of email of prospective, like for instance, now you sign up to register for this training, right? And it's free. I have generated emails. If I want to run a paid advertisement or a paid training, I could target you. Like I already said, the reason why more of realtors registered for this particular training is because the only email list I uploaded when I was running this ad was only realtors. The system I was using, I couldn't find the email list for other business people, so I just picked the one of realtors and uploaded. Okay, so that is why you have more realtors here. So that is what we mean by email list. So, and for you to generate email list, which is the part B of your question, is you need to have a bait. This training is a bait or a lead magnet. We are going to get there. All right, so the next person's question, say, okay, well, you said there are 3 types of adverts to run, but you didn't complete it. Okay, there are 3 types of adverts to run. Like I said, in every campaign, there is an advert. There are 3 adverts. In every campaign, there are 3 adverts. Advert number 1, awareness. Advert number 2, offer. Advert number 3, retargeting. 3. That is what I mean by 3 types. So in one campaign, you have 3 adverts. All right, so let's proceed. I guess that is all in terms of questions, so we can move to the next point. Or is there anybody that has a question you want to ask verbally? All right.
So please, can you repeat what you said? The 3 advertisements in a campaign.
Awareness, product or service awareness, offer, retargeting. Those are the 3. So I think I'll get to a point where I will explain, but let's just proceed first. All right. So now let me, before I go, let me also ask my own question. Who among you here met his or her sales target for, or has met his or her sales target for the year 2022? Please indicate. I might give you a free gift now. I didn't say I will, I say I might. So please take note of that. So who has met his or her sales target for 2022? Abba, out of 30, almost 40 persons, nobody. Who has met his or her sales target for 2022? Okay, 50% of my sales target. I've met 50% of my sales targets for 2022. Decades. 50% of my sales target, I've met it in 2022. %20 of my sales target, I've met it in 2022. We're not going to come collect this money from you. So I know some of you must have met, but you just don't want to say. If you have met 50% of your sales target, please indicate. Okay, Mr. Valentine, I made 50%. Okay, that is good to hear. I have Tosin. I have Tosin. Is that when you say I have? Is that you mean 50%? I guess. Amara, I didn't even set a sales target for, but I know I did well this year. Okay, Tosin. It's not Tosin that I say I have just now. Okay, Tosin is 20%. Infinite X. God is helping me. God is helping me. Yes, 20%. Okay, yeah. All right. Sorry I laughed, but the point is, congratulations to those who have at least done 50%. Mr. Valentine, congratulations. I know Mr. Valentine was one of those who came for our training in Lagos. So at least that is good to hear that you were able to hit 50%. Okay. Well, sometimes it also depends on the size of your sales target, though. It also depends on the size of. There are not those who came for bootcamp and insisted your sales target must not be below 500 million. So if you made 50%, Mr. Valentine, that means you should have made a sale of 250 million. That is if you actually worked with the sales target we set during the bootcamp. Okay, so that is, by the way, congratulations to all of you. And for those of you who have not met your sales targets, also congratulations. Thank God you are here. It's a new beginning for you. All right. So now, everybody, please, some of you are not responding. For those who have a tell, you know what I can do. I can just evit you. So please, it's mandatory you respond at the comment section at least. Right now, so I want everybody, okay, who now have set their sales target for 2023? I have set my sales target for 2023, indicate in the comment section. I want to be making it more practical now. We are not going to the more serious aspects because today's section is, okay, Abiola. All right, who else? Who else? The truth is the best time to set sales target is from October. The last, in fact, let me give you one secret. Don't plan to work for the 12 months of the year. Okay, don't plan to work for the entire 12. So when you are setting your sales target, you also need to set time target. And that time target should be an average of 10 months, at most 11. Most of my clients, I work with them with 10 months. Abi, you don't want to go vacation. When other realtors are going for vacation, you see they work. All right? So you need to set sales targets and don't make it to cover the entire year. Okay? So let's go back to. Now, I will start with the first person. I want to believe who is there. I have Abiola, are you there? Abiola, are you there? Let's evaluate your sales targets. Are you there? You can speak up if you can hear me. All right, thank you.
I'm here.
Okay, so now so how much is your sales target for 2023?
Look it out, so between 300 million and 500 million.
300 million. Okay. Okay, somebody is saying that my sales target for 2023 is 500 million. Okay, that is your sales target. Now let's begin to evaluate the sales target. How many, what do you sell? Properties, I want to believe.
Yes, sir.
How many lands will you sell? Minimum. The minimum number of land you, based on your sales target that you have set. What's the minimum number of land you would sell for you to achieve the sales target of 350? Is it 350 you said?
I said between 300 and 500.
Okay, let's work with it. A sales target has to have a definite number. I like 500 million, sorry. So let's work with from 500 million.
All right, now, so this is, let me just do a quick run. I intend selling land on the mainland. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Is it okay? Okay,
Yeah.
so this is my my plan for 2023. So now we have lands on the mainland between 10 million and 20 million. So
okay.
I intend selling at least 10.
Okay, the one for 10 millions, you plan selling at least 10.
10 on the mainland.
Okay, on the mainland, okay.
Yes. So coming back to
the island.
Ogije, Ibeju, Ekpe,
Yeah.
we have land between, we have lands between 5 million and 60
Okay.
around that address. So
Okay.
on the average, I intend selling about 10 to. If we have off-land properties, we have bungalows, we have terraces and duplexes. So on the average, the minimum bungalow price for a 2 bedroom, 3 bedroom bungalow is about 25 million, and the average 25 million to about 46. So it's about 10.
Most of them are 10, 10, 10. Okay, that's good.
Yes.
At least you tried. Now, let me give you, everybody, this is for everyone now, the formula, right? First step, group your properties into at least 3 categories, or your products into at least 3 categories based on price. Your cheapest products.
You're not audible.
Oh. Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you, sir.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
We can't hear you. We
Yes,
can't
we
hear
can
you.
hear you now.
It's
It's
better
better.
now.
Okay. All right, so let's proceed. So I say, number 1, group your properties into 3 categories, starting with the cheapest. What is the minimum product you sell? Abiola, guest? Yeah, Abiola.
Okay, so the minimum, I stated it earlier, the minimum price for a piece of land is 5 million naira on in Ekpe.
No, I don't want you to categorize it by location. Just categorize
Okay,
it
5
by
million.
price. Okay, it's 5
5
million.
million.
Now, okay, if you are, let's say for instance, you are only able to get customers that are only able to afford 5 million naira properties, right? How many of 5 million properties would you sell for it to give you the number of the amount of sales you're looking for?
Oh, wow. At 5 million naira?
Yes. So since I have helped you increase your sales target now to minimum of 500 million. So you will now be, that would be 500 million divided by 5 million.
Divided by 5 million. Wow.
What's the number? Somebody has a calculator, anybody can respond for her, please.
Yes, I'm doing that already.
That's 100.
That's
Okay.
100.
So you need
No,
to.
that's 1,000.
1,000 or 100?
That's 100.
It's 100. So 500, 5 million. Okay.
Yes.
So you're only selling 5 million. You need 100. You need to sell 100 plots of 5 million, right?
Yes.
So write it down. Target plot, minimum number of plots, 100. What is your highest number of price of plot? I'm talking about land now. We're also going to do it for house separately. What's the number of the highest land you are selling currently? Your most expensive land among all the, and also please, let me just make it very clear. It is not mandatory that you must sell all properties that come your way. Take note. Some of you, the reason why you are ineffective is because you are not a realtor or you are not a salesperson, you are a property launcher. Everywhere they are launching property, you are there. So what time and day do you have to even do your marketing? I don't know, but let's leave that aside. So, but back to the point, what is the most expensive property you are selling in terms of land?
52 million.
52 million. So how many 52 million will give you 500 million? So 500 million divided by 52 million.
That's about less than 10.
Sorry?
Right.
Who is helping? Who is helping? Please, someone should help so we can be fast. We still have a long way to go, please.
Approximately 10 plots.
10 plots, thank you. Okay, approximately 10 plots. All right,
That's
so
about 10 plots.
okay, put that aside.
Less than 10 plots. Let's say 10 plots.
Okay, now, if what was the middle point between 5 million and 55 million? The average.
The average of 52 million and what? 500 million.
No, between 5 million and 52 million.
Okay, that's about 26 million.
Let's just say 26 million, right? So if now, and the next category of properties is 26 million. Now, if you are only to sell 26 million properties, right? How many do you need to sell to achieve 500 million? So that will be 500 million divided by 26 million.
Approximately 20.
Approximately 20.
19.5.
Okay, so let's just say 20, right? Now, so you have the 3 categories of properties in terms of land. So you now know the minimum number of properties you need to sell, all right? Okay, so that is one work you have done. The same thing, I won't go through houses, but you have to do the same exercise for houses. Is that clear? Because of time, I won't go into houses, but this will give you, you just have to repeat what's the minimum unit of house you sell in terms of price, what's the maximum you have, you also put them into these 3 categories. Is that clear? Are we together? Is every other person following, please? Hello?
Yes, we are. Yes, I am.
All right.
Yes.
Okay, now the next point is this. Now let's go to the next point. I asked you a question earlier. Now, okay, before I even go to that question again, now, how are you planning to sell these properties? How many transactions will give you these sales? Are you expecting how many transactions and what is the volume of each transaction to give you this number of sales? When I mean how many transactions, is it one customer per plot in every unit? Because you have to calculate, so we have done with the minimum. If every customer is buying 1 plot, that is what gives us these figures, right? But you can also set up a strategy that will make every customer or majority of customers that come your way to buy at least 2 plots. So if you are making each customer to buy at least 2 plots, what that simply means is that for the minimum one, you don't need up to 100, all you need is 50. So you need to put a question mark there, what would be my strategy to make each customer that comes my way, what can I offer them? What can I give them? What can I tell them that can make each of them to buy at least 2 plots? Is that clear? So so you need to think of strategy. We are going to come to strategy. Now, so that would help you know the volume and the, another thing is, one thing is volume, another thing is also frequency, but let's leave frequency for now. Now let's go to the next stage. I asked the question earlier from still speaking with Abiola, I guess. If from your current experience, how many, from your current experience, if you get 10 leads, okay, how many are you able to convert every month?
Okay, so let me use the month of August as a case study.
Okay.
I was able to get about 8 leads, and in the month of August, I was able to sell at least 2, 3
I'm always struggling to hear you. Your voice is going, and I don't know if you are using
Okay, is it okay now?
Yes, perfect, please.
Okay, so I said
That's gone again. I guess it's network or something. I'm not hearing you at all, as in at all.
Can you hear me now?
Yes,
Is it okay now?
Yes.
Okay. So I was able to sell to at least 3 clients.
Let me be sure. Can anyone hear her very well? Let me know where the issue is coming from.
We cannot hear her.
Our voice is fainting.
Yeah.
Change my direction. Let me change my direction. Is it okay now?
Yeah, it's better now.
Okay, so I said I would love to use the month of August as a case study. I was able to get about 8 prospects, and I sold to about 3 clients in the month of August. Okay. So basically, when I have leads, I maintain a healthy relationship with them that pushes them to show interest in a particular property or some particular property. Like it's happening now. I got from the 5 leads, from the lead, the advert I did in the month of September, I was able to get one of those prospects who is currently looking to buy like 3 properties from me. Okay. So basically, I think that's how it works for me.
All right, it's fine. Now, in as much as that has not really given us a value, I always like working with values, right? Certain sales targets require you knowing your numbers, okay? Let me give you an example of what I mean. Some persons, if they have 10 leads, within a month, based on their expertise, their relationship, their ability, and the quality of lead they can generate, they can guarantee that they will get an average of 1 sales from every 10 leads, okay? So because the next exercise we want to do right here, we want to know what the number of leads you need to generate to be able to make sale of 100 plots, the number of sales you need, leads you need to generate to be able to make the sale for the 20-something and so on, all right? So that is what we want to calculate. That's the idea of this exercise we are currently working on. So when you know the number of lead conversion, let me show you on the screen actually. Leads conversion rate would number of lead by your conversion rate will give you your total number of customers. And your total number of customers will give you your number of transactions. And your number of transactions by average dollar, right? Average dollar sales would determines your revenue, and your profit margin or your margin will now determine your profit. That is the order. So if you know the conversion ratio from experience, so what I always do, some people 20, they can only convert 1. 20, they can convert 2. Some 50, they can only convert 1. So you need to know your conversion strength so that you will know how to, if I know that in every 30 people I speak to or I meet, I am only able to close 1. What that means is that for me to sell to 100 customers, I need how many leads? If I need 30 leads to close 1, how many leads do I need to close 100? Please, somebody do the calculation.
You need 3,000 leads.
You need 3,000 leads. Thank you. Now the question is, how many leads is this person generating? What is the total lead this person has generated this year? So because your conversion rate will determine the number of leads you should focus on generating. So if you can't tell your conversion, if you don't know yourself That is why marketing, effective marketing starts from knowing yourself. If you don't know yourself too well, you won't be able to know, you don't calculate or you don't look at your past experience, your past records. And so you need to pay attention to when did I meet this person? How long did it take this person to buy? How many people did I meet? Like you talked about running ads, especially it is easy if you are the type that run ad, right? You meet your lead through ad and you run ad. After running the ad, you have met up to, and after you have filtered them, it's not just all the leads you generate, remember, it is the one you have qualified, is what we're even talking about here. So there's the tendency that out of, you might generate 50 leads, and after qualifying them, only 10 are qualified. So it is those 10 we are actually talking about, not the entire lead you generated. It is the one you have qualified to see that these ones are prospects. Those are the ones you start prospecting to. And as you begin to prospect to these ones, how many are you able to convert? That's the point. So I want to believe that this section is very clear. Or is there any confusion in this section? So if you now understand these things I have said in detail, right? What all you need to do, this will determine your marketing efforts. This will determine the number of ads you will run or you plan to run in a year. This will determine the number of ads or the duration of your ad in a month. Okay? All of these would now be the next things that will be in your ad. Now, I want to ask you, sorry, Abiola, I want to ask you one more question again. Now, the next question I'm going to ask you is the last ad you say you ran, is it September? And you generated, is it 30 something or 50 something you mentioned? Now, the question is, how much did you spend? And what's the number of lead again? How much did you spend?
Okay, so I spent about 20,000 naira for a 7 days ad.
20K, duration 7 days. And what's the number of lead again?
30, let's say
30. Okay. Now, so far, after all your filtering and interaction, how many do you think are qualified?
About 5.
Sorry?
About 5.
About 5. So in every, let's say in 30, you only have 5 qualified. All right?
Mm-hmm.
5 qualified. Now, this 5 is what you are. So for you to get 10, I'm just using 10 is not the benchmark. I'm just using 10 as a case study. So let's say for you to get 10, it means you need to generate at least 60 leads, right? Now, and if you are to generate 60 leads, it means you need to have at least, you need to spend 40,000, right? You need to spend 40,000. I'm just using, since you spent 20 to get 30, let's just multiply the number by 2. So you need 40,000 naira. So you need to spend 40,000 naira to get 10 leads. That is what it simply means. So if based on the number of leads Chris said you need to generate for somebody who converts 1 in every, so that's not for you though, but so for somebody who is converting 1 in every 30, right? And is to spend this amount, 40,000 for 10. That means to get 30 qualified ones, he would be spending about 120,000 or 160,000, 130,000, 20,000. That's what the person will be spending. So now the question now is, what is your advertisement budget? Is your advertisement budget realistic based on the leads and sales you say you want to generate? Your advertisement budget. Based on the budget you set for yourself before now, the target you set for yourself before now, what is your advertisement budget, please? Abiola.
Oh, so sorry about that. Please come again.
I said, based on the sales target you set for yourself, what is your advertisement budget? Before now, what's your advertisement budget? Huh?
Before setting dates, before setting my
I didn't get that. The network is really disturbing. So because of time, let's proceed. So now I'm going to, is there any question here? If you have question, there are areas, there are gray areas, please make sure you ask questions. This is one of the most important part of today's section, okay? So make sure you ask questions. Do we have developers here? I'm not talking about aspiring developer. I mean those that are already developers here. Please, if you're a developer already, please indicate. Let me save you, just like I just helped a real estate company, an existing real estate company, but save at least 50 million. Okay. All right. Are you there? Can you speak out where you are? Is there noise on your background? Is it Aboluwari or what? Sorry, I'm not too good at pronouncing Yoruba names. Please, are you there? Aboluwari, something like that. Okay, there's noise where you are. Okay, so you won't be able to speak. Any other developer in the house? Any other developer in the house? Okay, there's no other developer, so I'll keep my example to myself. But like what I was trying to say, I did a strategy section with a real estate brand some days, about 2 weeks ago. And this real estate brand has, won't mention their name, they have 2 products. Out of the 2 products, one is 2 million naira, right? The other is 12.5 million naira. Now, they are currently running a promo. They are currently running, I was to deal with already existing developers, but I'm just explaining an example of something. So they are doing a promo, buy 2, get 1 free. And this thing, even you who is an intending developer, Mr. Andy, please listen to this because it's going to help you. One of the reasons why developers don't deliver what they promise is what I want to tell you right now. It's not because, yes, we know we have dubious ones who intended not to deliver from the onset. There are those who have plans to deliver, but it's just that they don't know their numbers. They don't do their number calculation very well. Now I'm going to give you this company I'm talking about is an existing company. I was contacted to do a strategy section, business development section with them, 5-day section. Day 1, I came to the training, I asked them, what is your sales target? They told me 250 million. 250 million, I told them is too small, so we had to increase it to a minimum of 500 million, being that they're also a new company. They are less than a year. It'll be 1 year by January. So we increased it to 500 million. Now, increasing it to 500 million, now I asked what are the sales activities they have planned for next year. One of the sales activities say, buy 2 plots of the 12.5 million naira. Please, everybody listen now. Buy 2 plots so that when you realtors are busy, happy and advertising, also have in mind that am I sure based on this promo these people are doing, they can deliver what they promise. Now, buy 2 plots of 2.5 million, right? And it will give you 25 million, right? So in 25 million, if you buy 25 million naira worth of property, which is the 12.5 million into 2 places, now they will give you 1 free plot in their 2 million naira estate. It sounds very good for an offer. As a customer, you want to rush it, right? Now, for the developer, it is not a good business. Now, I asked them this question: what is your profit margin? They couldn't answer immediately. I gave them an assignment, all the account department and the directors, go back and the next meeting, give me your profit margin. So we're able to calculate and fix the profit margin. We're able to do the profit margin, and what we came up with is that for every 2.5 million naira units they sell, every unit they are selling, they are making approximately 8.5 million. Sorry, 1.5 million, 1.8 million. That's what they will be making. Okay, for every one plot of 12.5 million naira, they are only making 1.8. Now, which means if they sell 2, that is 1.8 times 2. 1.8 into 2 places would give you approximately 3.6. So if
hello, sir.
Yeah.
How did you get the 1.8?
Profit margin, expenses divided by revenue multiplied by revenue again. Sorry, expenses times revenue divided by revenue. Okay, that's how you then calculate by your percentage, convert to percentage. That's how you know your profit margin. So, but the point is, after they made their calculation, at least they have an account department who could come up with that. So they make the calculation and they arrive at it that for every 1 plot they sell, they are for them to sell 2 plots. If they sell 2 plots of 12.5, they are making 3.6 million. Now, out of that 3.6 million, which is your profit, you are now giving away 2 million naira worth of land. What that simply means is that you have to remove this 2 million naira from the 3.6 million naira you made. What that means is that you are having left 1.6 million naira. So now, is that a good business? The answer obviously was no. The director was just looking at me. So I told them, calculate your development levy, add it to your entire profits, multiply by the total number of plots you have in the estate. They have about 140 plots in that estate. Now, multiply it, and they multiplied everything and joined everything together. And I asked them, now, what is your infrastructural cost? Good road network, how much will it cost you to develop a good road network in that estate? Treated water, and so all the amenities joined together, calculate and multiply and tell me how much you will have left. And at the end, it was obvious they won't be having anything left. So this is one of the reasons why developers don't deliver what they promise. They don't know their numbers. So if you are one of those who are intending to go into development, or you are already in development, please calculate, do your calculation very well. Don't be moved by, we are making sales. In the sales does not belong to you. The money that is coming in does not belong to you. Inside that money, how much is your own inside? How much is your profit? I could give you, for those of you who are developers, I could give you a proper formula. There's a formula for doing all of this calculation, all right? But because of time, we can't do that in this section. But anyway, questions before we proceed to the next section of the class.
Sir.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
The form, are you going to give the formula in another class?
You are not a developer now, Chris.
Sir, but there's no harm in learning.
Well, let's see how it goes.
I'm a developer.
Let's just continue for now. Outside the formula, is there any other question? All right, I guess there's no question, so let's proceed. Now, we talked about lead, though some of these things are things you already know what is a lead, all right? So we already defined this, though, so there will be little to do here. What is a lead? Is a lead generation is the process of attracting prospects to your business and increasing their interest through nurturing, all with the end goal of converting them into customers. Okay, they're supposed to be out there as a mistake. So converting them into customers. So the question is, do you have a process of attracting lead? That is now the next point. How do you generate lead is the next point of this class. How do you generate lead? How do you generate lead? Now, let me tell you some businesses, especially for those of you who have your own businesses here. Let me give you examples of companies who have steady ways of generating lead. In Lagos, GT Bank, if you live in Lagos, GT Bank just finished their fashion week. How many of you are aware of the GT Bank Fashion Week? Indicates if you are aware of the GT Bank Fashion Week. Okay, I believe everyone, you know about the GT Bank Fashion Week. Now, what do you know qualifies you to be a vendor in that event? A participant, not just attendee to come and observe. I mean, a vendor, you are either selling something there, you are showcasing your fashion. What qualifies you to be there?
Well, I'm not too sure, but I think having an account, honestly, having an account with people.
No, it's not really having an account with them. Because of time, I will just explain. Now, the thing is this, for you to be part of that event, right, you will sign up. That is the number one thing I want you to take note of. You sign up. And when you sign up, there might be some fees and stuff you need to pay, blah, blah, blah. But the number one thing is that you must sign up. Now, signing up, being their customer is not mandatory. But the thing is that they have gotten your contact details. That's the first point I want you to take note of. And after that event, I bet you will keep seeing GT adverts on any digital platform you belong to for the rest of your life. That's why you use that email you use to sign up social media. Same thing applies to tech. Same thing applies to GT also hold fashion events, tech events. GT Bank holds, is it a restaurant or food events? These are 3 events GT always hold. Now what is the benefit of this event to GT Bank? Do you think they want to set up a fashion company? Obviously, no. Now, this is the statistic of account holding in those industries. In the Nigerian fashion industry, you can confirm this information I'm giving you now in the website of the Nigerian Bureau of Statistics. If you check in detail, you find this information I'm about to pass to you. GT Bank currently controls 65% of accounts owned by fashion businesses, registered fashion businesses in Nigeria as a whole. Why? Through that year event. Food and beverages, food, I think they hold something similar again. Tech, they hold 40%. So these things, they are not just organizing event because they want you to come and enjoy yourself. No, this is strategy set up to gain attention of their target audience. The question is, what way do you have or have you set up that attracts customers to you aside running ad for your products and services? How do you gain the attention of your target customers? What is your plan aside advertisement of the product and services? How do you gain the attention of your customer, your prospective customers? So you need a strategy, you need a system, you need a process. I do Realtors Bootcamp. Like I mentioned, Mr. Valentine is one of my students from the Realtors Bootcamp, came all the way from Asaba to Lagos to attend that bootcamp. People come from Abuja, people come from Port Harcourt to attend that bootcamp. Now, How do I get students from that boot camp? This training, some of you are going to sign up for my next boot camp, whether I like it or not. Is the strategy. Why? Because people have testimony to show for it. People come in, like the last lady that came from Port Harcourt to this boot camp, our last edition of our boot camp. One of the questions she asked me on day 2, day 1, she asked me a question: how do I make, is it 14 million, 15 million sales before the end of the month? The boot camp was organized 26th and 27th, I guess, yeah, 26th, 27th, if I'm not mistaken. Now, from 26th to 30th, she wanted to make sale worth either 15 million or be how much. With that running ad, with strategies that was given to her in the boot camp, on the 30th, she has already made that sales. And that qualified her for Dubai trip or something. So the point I'm making is, how do I meet people like her? Referrals or bootcamp or sections like this. So I have a system with which I generate lead. Some of you sell in Lagos, you sell product for Veritas. Nola, the CEO, always organize every year, I think twice, he organizes, what do you call it? Entrepreneurship section, right? That thing is not to do anything, it's to generate lead. Because if you don't know about him before, you get to know about Nola and his property in course of that training. Good business people, they have what it takes to buy his products. I'm going to be mentioning strategies for you now, okay? What people you know are doing. 2 years ago, I worked with a microfinance bank who just one of their marketing managers. Oh, that is good, Mr. Godwin. Thank God you know him. I believe you know the event I'm referring to. So now, 2 years ago, I worked with, what do you call, a microfinance bank that was looking to sell investment schemes to people. And in the investment scheme, their major competitor is Stanbic Bank. In the financial markets, the most strongest bank in Nigeria, investment schemes is Stanbic Bank. They are to compete with, and this is someone that just joined the company. She was employed as a marketing manager, and her target was to raise the sales by a certain percentage. And their target audience was business owners, young business owners, and so on. And what was the strategy? She met me in a training like this, and what the strategy I told her, okay, I think she contacted me through a friend of mine who holds a program in this TV station. What's the name of this TV station again? Well, let's leave about the TV station for now. There's a TV station I hold once in a while. I go there to speak, and I had a section from there. She was able to contact the organizer or the presenter of that event, and she got contact with me and we got talking. And after that, the whole conversation, we decided to hold an event, train business owners on different subject matter: investment, finance management, sales, and marketing. I handle the sales and marketing section of that training. And the training lasted for 1 week. You know what? What were we doing? The first thing is to get the attention of business owners first. Then we now look for how to sell investments to them. So the first thing is, I asked this lady, what do you think is the problem of business owners? Please help me go make research and find out the problems of business owners. young, small and medium scale business owners, right? So, and when she came back with her research, she said, finance management is one of them. Business visibility is one of them. Sales and marketing is one of them. Customer acquisition, she mentioned several things. So we divided them into about 5 sections. And we got experts in different sections to do training for them, and the training was free. Now, every section, but we made sure finance and investment was mandatory in that training. Why? Because that is what we wanted to sell. One of the ways you manage your finance is by investing it. And one of the things you could invest it in is in the financial market, which is what they were trying to sell to them. I don't know if you get the logic. So the training is what attracted them, not we could have run ad and started advertising financial markets. We wouldn't, at the end of this 7 days section, we're able to generate, or before the advert for the training, we're able to generate 2 million leads. And out of those 2 million leads, about, if I'm not mistaken, 1 million plus participated because it was both online and offline. And at the end, she got over 400 people who signed up, who invested in their financial market packages. 400 in 7 days.
Hello, sir. Sir,
Yeah.
Did you say 2 million leads?
Yes. 2 million leads is what we generated.
Do they want ad to get those leads?
Yes.
It's okay.
Oh man. Yeah.
So the point is, what do you have that will attract people to you? One thing is to set your first target, is to say, I want to make this amount. Another thing is to know, how do I attract this? Like Chris, who is asking question now, when I would ask Chris back then, we always say, who is your target audience? Chris will say, high net worth people. High net worth people, do you know how they buy things? If I say, give me an example of high net worth person, you will tell me you call Dangote. Now I ask question, does Dangote go to the market to buy things? The answer is no. Dangote will not see an ad, click on it and want to call you. So Dangote don't buy things. Dangote don't directly buy. Okay, I gave instances for some of the training I did in Lagos. I gave instance for those of you who live around the Ajah houses, who sell property around Ajah to Ibejleki area. You know that Sapphire, you know about Sapphire Garden along the Awoyaya area. You know that some part of Sapphire Garden is now owned by Dangote. I always ask the question, how did Dangote buy that estate? Did he come by himself? Did he contact the owner by himself? Obviously, no. So you must also know your target customers. How do they buy things? What platform can you find them? So until you understand these processes, you will not make sales, or you cannot hit your sales target confidently. Can you beat your shares that my sales target, I have set it up properly and I know what to do to gain my results next year? That is what marketing is about. That is what strategy is about. Now, the large markets. Okay, questions before we proceed? We're rounding up soon. Questions?
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
That as a realtor, what are the best strategies to get these leads who are interested in buying properties apart from running ads?
The first thing is, where do you find your target? The people who will buy your products, where can you find them? What are the places they go to? That is the first question you should ask. You should answer. If you can answer that question, that will determine where you go to. That will determine your strategy. Okay, so sorry, please. I want to please brief highlight on how I can generate lead. I can go back again, Mr. Andy. We have a lot to cover, which we have actually not done. So let us always say, make sure your network is effective. So let's proceed, please. Okay, please, when I say ask question, always ask the questions on time so we don't have to build. So first, say, how do high net worth individual buy? Do you know how Dangote buy? Okay, high net worth people buy things through gatekeepers. And when I mean gatekeeper, I don't mean gate man. Okay, high net worth people buy things through gatekeeper. A gatekeeper is anybody you must pass through before you meet the decision. People like Dangote have PA. When you run hard, have you been targeting PAs? Obviously, no. Dangote has a lawyer. Dangote have purchasing manager. Have you been targeting this class of people when you run your ad? No. Did Dangote call his PA? Do you know anywhere we can buy a property? Does the PA know? Has the PA ever seen your advert before? No. So how would you recommend you to Dangote? I don't know. I guess I've answered your question. So now, large market pyramid. For you to run ad and get results, most of you are looking for ready-to-buy customers, right? Now take note of this. In every market, there are only 3% that are ready to buy now, and the competition is very high. And you don't find them easily on social media. Rather, you find them on platforms like Google, YouTube, ready to buy. Do you know you can run Google ad and target all GT Bank customers that are using their GT Bank app? Do you know you can run ad on Google and you will target people that have visited any of the embassy websites? Do you know you can target people who have searched for property for sale in Lagos? You know you can target people that way. Do you know you can target people that have visited CBN website before, have visited Lagos State website before, Chevron website before, all the banking apps in Nigeria? So how do I reach Dangote? Dangote must have bank apps on his phone. So if that is the case, I can reach Dangote through ad by targeting people who use certain banks app. And anytime they come online to maybe Google or YouTube, they see my ad. You know you can do that. So let's proceed. Now, the secret of advertisements. The reason why most of you, your advert is not effective is because you only pay attention to the platform. Facebook, I want to run Facebook ads. I want to learn how to run Facebook ads. You only understand the media. You don't understand the market. You don't understand the message. So for every successful campaign to take place, it must have an element of market, message, and media. This is the formula for effective advertisement. I've muted the person. That's what was coming from Chris. So I ask again, do you know your market? Okay, let me ask one question. Not those, and if you know you've attended my training before, especially the likes of Chris, please don't answer this question. Right, so I'm going to ask a question. Do you know your market? Which market are you operating from as a realtor? Please, I need 2 to 3 answers. If you know the market you're operating from, please indicate what's the market you're operating from. And by the way, how many markets do we even have globally? Please, let's respond if you want to respond. Time is going. No response. So nobody knows the market they're operating for. So what are you doing? Really? Even though the answer is not correct, I was expecting people to mention something where what they thought. Mr. Godwin, there's no market called young working class professionals. All right? Now let's go. These are the only 3 markets you have in this world. There's no market called salary earners. Everything in this world fall under one of these 3. Everything you buy today fall under one of these 3. And I'm going to give you one example, then I'll proceed to the next slide. The men here, I believe most of you are not like me that don't like to shave. I work throughout around the clock, so as I'm talking to you, I'm still in the office. I still have ads to run, so I don't shave most times. So for those of you who like Chris, now Chris is looking clean. So let me ask for the guys here. Shaving stick, which of this market do you think it falls into? I need response from the guys. Though ladies also use shaving stick. So, or you buy it for your husband or your fiance and so on. Which of this market? Health. What if I shock you that all of you who have mentioned health are not correct? Yes, we have a market called health. Now, but the razor blade does not fall under health market. And I'm going to explain. When you say health market, why do you say health market? If I don't shave, will I be sick? Will I be sick for not shaving? I need response, please. Will I be sick for not shaving? Someone can respond. Unmute yourself. No, I won't get sick because I didn't shave. So shaving, I won't shave even if I contrast ailment is because the beard is dirty. That is why I will feel itching, not because I didn't shave. So razor blade is not under health because people don't shave to be healthy. So now, yes, we now have some answers here. People have now started changing their mind. Sorry, relationship. Sorry. Yes, we shave for relationship's sake. And that is why 90% of shaving stick advert, if you have seen one, is always focused on one direction. A guy looking like the way I'm looking right now, going to approach a lady, and the lady turns him down. Why? Because he's looking all tattered and so on. Someone hands him a shaving stick. It looks so clean, and go back to that same place, approach the same lady, and sometimes the lady is even the one that becomes attracted to him. It's a blade is selling relationship. We shave to be attractive. We are attractive. Why are we trying to be attractive? To maintain relationship. So now, where does real estate fall? Where does real estate fall? Wealth, yes, real estate is wealth market. Real estate falls under the wealth market. But that is not even all, because under the wealth market, you cannot operate here. Let me make it clear now. You are not supposed to operate in any of these markets. Why? Because you don't have enough money to advertise in this market. If you advertise to this whole market, your message will not be heard, because your message will be watered down. Your message will not be effective. Remember when I started the class, even on the Zoom, on the WhatsApp session, I always say, introduce yourself, introduce yourself. You know why I always say that? So I can tailor the class to suit you. So the same thing also applies in advertisement. When you know the market you're operating in, you can create the right message. Will you be telling Dangote how to become a millionaire, and you'll be wondering, where did this one they talk? When Dangote is already a billionaire, you are saying how to become a millionaire, buy real estate and become a millionaire, and you expect him to click on the ad? Or the Tony Lumelu should come and click on the ad where you say how to become a millionaire? And who are you to even teach him? Even if he wants to listen, he wants to access who is speaking. All right? It is when you know the markets. In every market, we have what we call sub-market. In every sub-market, we have what we call a niche market. You are supposed to go to the large markets. To this large market, pick your customers from this large market, or your audience, attract people from this large market and take them to your niche markets. So that is why if you are running ad, your message should be focused on doctors if you want to target doctors. So the message should suit doctors alone. Don't be running one ad and you are trying to cover everybody. You can't mention the problem of everybody that you target in one single ad. And what attracts people to your adverts to click is, okay, let me even ask you one question. What attracted you? I need 2 or 3 persons to indicate what attracted you to this class, to the advert you saw.
Hello.
Yeah.
Okay, my name is Mfon. Joining in from Uyo.
Okay.
For me, what attracted me is the tag, the name tag for the training itself, marketing and sales for realtors. I've been involved in real estate on and off for a while, but I just got into it on a more business level. So I'm in the market for training with specific interest in real estate. So once I saw that, it caught my attention.
Thank you. So if I just created the message, you can see that the target audience was listed. I didn't just say for business people. I mentioned the names of the people, the categories of people I'm looking for. And apart from doing that, like I said, we have more realtors here because the email list that I uploaded was only containing realtors. So if I had uploaded more of doctors, I would have had more of doctors, but the message would not have connected to them. Are you getting the logic? So your message, your market must align for you to easily make sales or for you to easily attract your audience. The reason why some of your adverts are not effective is watered down is because you want one advert. You want to target the entire world. Your one advert, you want to reach the 8 billion people we have minus you. It doesn't work that way. There is message for everybody. And that is why there's a Chinese or Japanese proverb or physiotherapy statement that says that if a Chinese person, if you meet a Chinese physiotherapy, right, and you say you have broken your arm, there is no first aid, right? What I mean by there's no first aid, they don't start pampering you and start giving you something to reduce the pain. That's not where they start from. In every physiotherapy office in China or in the Asian countries, most of them have a wooden or plastic-like hammer. It tells you to stretch the hand forward and it start hitting that place. Is it here that is paining you? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? Is it here? And it hits it to the point that you must feel the pain. And it is at that point they tell you price, and without pain, you will pay anything when they come for you. The reason why some of you are not selling is because you only mention the benefit of buying the product. You don't mention the adversaries that could come if they don't buy the products. Some people buy because they are scared of what they stand to lose. Some people have been used to trouble, so they are only able to connect to messages that mention problems. They don't know how to imagine good things. Remember when I started, I said the message you use your marketing message I must be able to imagine what you are saying. When you say financial freedom, please, how does financial freedom look like? Can you describe financial freedom? How do you imagine financial freedom? Mention things, use words that can be imagined. All right? So then the last part is media. Thank you very much. So the last thing I will explain before I round up the class, my time is almost fast spent. I talked about customer value optimization. And when I started, before the start of the class, when people were still joining, I made some mention of something that I have a client in the real estate sector. If I mention her name, most of you might know her name. I want to start, according to her, she said, Chris, you are not using me for your adverts too much. A lot of people of my fellow realtors are always calling me to ask me, do you know Chris? Do you know Chris? You are now selling my strategy out to other people. So now, but the point is, I mentioned earlier that I have a client every year for the past 3 years. I'm not actually asking for this year, but outside 2022, for the past 3 years, only one customer of hers always buy property worth 200 million. One customer. How is she able to do it? It's called the value ladder principle. How do you get repeated sales? Chris, you might know, because I know that you might not know her in person, but you follow her performer. I used to use our social media listing for example a lot. Website as an example a lot. This year, she didn't run much ad because she just moved to Lagos. She didn't run much ad. She was based in Asaba. She decided to move into Lagos because of real estate. Though she has been doing real estate from Asaba, she says she wants to be in the center of the competition. Now, we didn't really run much ad this year because she's still trying to understand the Lagos market very well. but yet she was making sales. How? The principle of the value ladder. In every 10 customers that can afford 5 million property, in every 10, there's power in 10. If you can get 10 persons to buy properties, right? Among the 10, there are 2 things you need to take note of. You will definitely see 2 who can afford 10 million naira property out of those 10 that bought 5 million naira property. So how are you able to upsell them is what the value ladder is about. And in those 10, everyone have at least 2 contacts that can give you the same 5 million naira property, and 2 among them, each of the 2 people that can afford the 10 million naira property among them also have 2 contacts of friends, family members that can afford 10 million naira property. So automatically, in every 10 customers you have that buy 10 million naira property, 5 million naira property, you already have 4 prospects in. Is it 4? No, 6 prospects for 10 million naira property, because you need to create a system that make them want to refer you by default. Good service alone is not enough for me to refer you. You need to create what is in it for me to refer you. All right? All right, so thank you very much for your time. I want to say thank you for being in this section. So let me do a little marketing and advertisement. Who would love to have a physical section with me? Physical section. Indicate now, you don't know what I want to give you. Free physical section. Free physical section. Free. Okay. Let's see those who are ready for free physical section. Free, or who are ready for, sorry, not free. Who are ready for physical section? My bad. It's not free. But you might get, if you are really, really ready, you might get an offer this night. Our office is somewhere around the Shongotedo Oasis, and we hold boot camp once every month for realtors. This month's edition is taking place on the 20. Sorry, let me confirm that date again. 25th and 26th. That is next week Friday and next week Saturday. So based on that time, who has the, and some people might want physical section, but that time might not be suitable for them. So who among you would be able to attend the physical section for that day? Physical section on 26th and 25th. 25th and 26th, I can attend a physical section. 25th and 26th. Right? Okay. Now, our boot camp, like I said, I don't know if Valentine has left the section. Yeah, is a live testimony to our boot camp. He has been, like I said, traveled all the way from Asaba to attend the boot camp. He has experienced it live and direct. So he knows the value of the training. If he's there, he can attest to, if he's still in the section, he can attest to that. So now, this boot camp, like I said, is actually not free. It is a paid section. And it is 85,000 naira. 85,000 naira. That is the, I'm actually trying to look for this, like, person that designed this. My slide did not put the flyer, so I'm actually trying to search my system to get the flyer. 85,000 naira for the boot camp. Now, who still wants to attend? Oh, wow, that is great. You see, I will be available. Is a time and date is very favorable. Now, though early bird has expired, early bird is 65,000. though it has elapsed. Now, let me give you more details about
Let
me give you more details about the boot camp. Okay? More details about the boot camp. This is how we start. We'll first of all start 2 days online. That online section, Zoom section like this, but with only paid members. Okay? With only paid members. And now what are we doing in those boot camps, those 2 days online section is to cover all the prerequisites. All the basics you need to know. There are more I want to say, but time will not permit me to do so. So the boot camp cover this person. Lovely, no, you want to deaf our ears. The boot camp, like I said, is to cover all the prerequisites. All that you need to know before you run ad is what we do during the boot camp. All that you need to know, customer, this one I just walk you through, just give you some expo about customer value optimization. This section I work, like I told you, in a boot camp of 2 days, let me say approximately 3 days, somebody was able to make a sale that qualified her for Dubai trip. I don't know if Chris is still here. Chris knows the person because I think the person was a referral from Chris. She came all the way from Port Harcourt.
I know her.
She came all the way from Port Harcourt to attend the boot camp. She didn't run ad. All she told, when she asked me the question, when she asked that question, how do I qualify for ad and how do I make sales before I leave? The only question I asked her, do you have existing customers? She said yes. Do you have lead? She said yes. That is all that I said. Do this, do this, do this, do this, and I can guarantee you before you leave, you get sales. And that is exactly what she did, and she got her sales. Right? So now, like I said, early bird has expired, but I'm willing to give you the training below the early bird price for those who will pay from now. Okay, if you're paying this night, making commitment this night, all right? If you are going to make commitment this night, I'm going to give you the training for as low as 45,000 naira. But if you are not making payments, any commitment this night, you are getting the training. But you are making payment from now till Monday, 6 p.m. on Monday, you get the training for 55,000. That is the waiver. For those of you asking for waiver, that is the waiver. This night, 45. After this night, from tomorrow till Monday, 6 p.m., 55. Who is ready? Who is ready? And this is, like I said, outside the physical section, you have access to the video record because the video is being covered live. And the physical section is after you've learned the prerequisites, you can now sit down, come on the physical day and start running ad. That is what you do. You come, sit down, and let's run ad together. I will sit in front of my system. I'll guide you step by step, step by step, until you run ad and publish if you want to. I'll tell you what kind of content to write, what kind of graphics to use, what kind of video to use. These are the prerequisite things I would have done during the 2 days Zoom section. After that will now come, so you would have gotten some of these things ready. Sit down with your laptop, and it is a 18 hours class. What do I mean by 18? Each day is 8 hours plus. You start from 9 a.m. and you end by 7 p.m. Those who have been coming from other states lodge and attend this training, and they've been getting value from this training. So, and what are the things we cover in this training? We cover, in terms of area of ad, we cover Facebook ad, Instagram ad, LinkedIn ad, because LinkedIn is the best place to generate premium lead. All right, I will do that. So, LinkedIn is the best place to generate premium lead. Most of you don't know. For those of you who sell for P1, you might know the likes of Barrister Oma. Ask her who is Chris, for those of you who have direct access to her. 2020, she made sales worth 200 and something plots. Where did she make those sales from? Ask her if she will agree to tell you. First sale was 130 plots. Next that follows was 82, 85 or 80 something was. Oh, your upline, thank you. So like I said, I will mention names of people in the industry that I've worked with that you can ask. So I am not new in there. I used to do training in the P1 based on until this year that I stopped because they wanted to colonize me. So I decided to focus on doing my own thing instead of only doing training strictly for P1, which I'm not ready to do, attach myself to only one company. So I go, Erasure, you say you have been in my training before, maybe that might be in P1 or something. So, like I said, in terms of platform, we are covering social media and YouTube and Google. And social media, like I mentioned, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Twitter, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. Then we now move to Google and YouTube. If you want to get people who are ready to buy now, most of you are looking for ready to buy customers on Facebook. There's no ready to buy customers on Facebook. It's not easy to get ready to buy customers on Facebook. If you want to see ready to buy customers, look for them on Google and YouTube. So question, please, what's your advice on running out on a new business page? On a new business page, for instance, if I set up a LinkedIn profile for the business just for the sake of the ad, will I get quality lead? Will you get quality lead? Yes. Will you get enough? No. LinkedIn advised that you must get at least 300 followers before you start running ad on your business page. 300 followers minimum. And you must be posting an average of 3 to 4 times a week for at least 2 months for you to be able to run ads that give you good results. 2, you don't start by running lead generation ad on LinkedIn. You start by running engagement ad, middle of funnel. Lead generation is bottom of funnel. You start by middle of funnel before you do that. That is how you generate lead on this thing. So more questions? I'm done. No, I'm running off like this. So if you have questions, be asking because I'm running off. In fact, let me stop sharing my screen. Okay, so who are the people that says they were ready for this? And so like I said, I will post what is the middle of funnel? All right, some of these questions, how do we make payment? I'll post the payment details on the WhatsApp group because time has gone. I know tomorrow is still a working day. Like tomorrow I'll even be busy. And before the training, those of you who might not be able to afford the training, before the training, you might want to still have opportunity of meeting me in person, but I'm not going to be teaching the things I'll be teaching the bootcamp, mind you. I'll be in Ikeja on the 19th, which is next Saturday. That is like 2 days from now. On the 19th of this month in Ikeja, I'll be doing training there with a real estate brand. and I'll be the main anchor for the training. I was instructed at the time, how much is the training? Like I said, the main cost of the training is, okay, for Abuja people, for now, any training for Abuja people, we should be expecting it from next year. But for now, there's no plan on ground. Though a lot of, like I mentioned when I started the training, I've been getting a lot of demand from Abuja. When are you coming to Abuja? When are you coming to? I have a lot of realtors that I've been mentoring in Abuja, and they have really been disturbing, when am I coming to Abuja? So we have it in our plan for next year for me to go to Abuja for training. But for now, no date, no specific plan, or no plan has been reached. Okay, so take note of that. So, but for somebody asked for the price, sorry, for the price of the training is, like I said, the price of the training is 85,000 Naira. But for the sake of this training and those who are in this training, I am giving it for the following price. If you are making payment this night or commitment this night, right, you are getting it for 45,000 Naira, 45,000. That is, you are making. So I'm going to post the account details into this platform. By 6 a.m. in the morning, 45,000 Naira has expired. But if you're making payment from 6 a.m. tomorrow and to Monday, 6 p.m., you'll be paying 55,000. That is what I said. Then if you don't make payment before that time, before Monday, 6 p.m., you'll be getting it for late payment, which is the 85. Early bird is 65, but I'm giving discount offer for you this night now, for those of you who are in this training. Those are the people I gave this offer to. So the ball is in your court to decide what you want. So, just give me a minute, let me do one more thing, and maybe, like I said, I'm going to post the flyer on the WhatsApp group so you can see. I'll also post the payment details also on the WhatsApp group so you can also get the details there. All right, so that's so just give me a minute. So I don't know if there are still questions. If anybody has questions, like I said, I'm done. Like I promised, I tried to keep to the time this time around. I promised that the class was going to end maximum of 10:30, and this is like 8 minutes more for you to get to 10:30. So at least I kept to the time. So, so let me go back to Zoom. Okay. We would like to attend the training section, but the current date do not favor us. We would like to know about subsequent training section. Okay, don't worry. I don't really hardly deserve my WhatsApp group. So I will keep you, especially for the fact that you already have access to, I already have access to your email because you signed up for this training. You either get emails or you will still see my ad on, what do you call, on Facebook or Instagram. Okay. So what date is the training? Okay, the training, like I said, is on the 25th and 26th. That is next week, Friday and Saturday is the training. And the training is for 16 hours, 8 hours every day. So there are breaks in between. You will enjoy the class. There is game section, there's outdoor game, there's indoor game section. It's fun. You're like, don't have short clips. If you go to my Instagram section, you might see some short clips of, you see testimonials, even on my Facebook handle, my personal Facebook handle, you see testimonials. and so on, of people who have attended, of people who make instant sales before the end of the training. They're already making sales, at least who've been, and people whose sales transform after making. It's not really only about running of ad, okay? It's beyond running of ad. How to craft an offer, okay? Because remember when I started the class, I talked about the following way to run. I'm talking about the awareness. Most of you are only running awareness ad, product awareness ad, where you talk only about the product. There is no offer. Some of you in Lagos, you know confidence, right? How confidence have been given. I know some of you at some point, I don't know if any of you are among them, but most realtors in Lagos are at some point are even beefing confidence. Why is she giving discount? Why is she giving this? She's working on, there are only, I'm going to round up with this statement. There are only 4 strategies to increase revenue as a business person, marketer, or salesperson, right? Realtor and so on. There are only 4 methods. Method number 1, which is what most people do. Method number 1 is increase the number of customers. Okay, so with that, you're always looking for new customer every time. You're always looking for new customer every time. All right, increase the number of customers. Number 2 method of increasing revenue, right? Number 2, no, I only worked with her last when she was still new in the industry and was also selling P1 product. That was when I had a personal relationship with her. She was one of the people whom Mr. Julius of P1 Plus mentored. Okay, so that is how I know her in person. Though we don't really flow too much these days, but I know her in person from that point. Okay, so but back to the point. There are, like I say, 4 methods. Method number 1, increase the number of customers. Number 2, increase the frequency of purchase. Number 3, increase the volume of transaction. Number 4, increase the price of the products you are selling. These are the methods to increase revenue. Now, but I'm going to give you an example. Each of these companies I'm talking about, a method I'm talking about, I'm going to give you 2 companies that are operating, and one of them is what confidence is operating on. I'm a lover of pizza. I eat pizza a lot. For those of you who live around the Chongoto Oasis, you must have even come across me if you're the type that eat pizza and go to Novary Mall. I always go there to buy pizza, especially Dodo pizza. Now, what is the marketing strategy or revenue increase strategy of Dodo pizza? The foreigner or the white guy there is more or less like a friend. Now, the strategy they are using is what they call increase the volume of transaction. That is how the business is created to work. What do I mean? The medium-sized pizza in Dodo Pizza is selling, as before now, it was selling for 3,500. It has increased to 4,000 now. 3,500. Now, when you say you want to buy pizza, 1 medium pizza, 3,500, the next thing, the ladies who are there, they are small, but have been trained to do so. They will tell you, sir, why not? We have an offer. Why not take our offer? And you ask them, what do you mean? They'll tell you, do you know you can get 2 pizza for 5,500? So it makes you look stupid that you'll be buying 1 for 3,500 when you can get 2 for 5,500. You will end up, unless you don't have money, you will end up going up to that 5,500. What have they succeeded in doing? They have succeeded in making you increase the volume of purchase. Okay, so that is one of the strategy why you see confidence give discounts. Some of you don't understand. Then what's their name? The arrival there called Domino's Pizza, right? Now, what is the strategy of Domino's Pizza? Domino's Pizza, if you are buying pizza often, right? If you are the type that buy pizza consistently, Domino Pizza will do this thing. They know the days you come there to buy pizza. I don't know how, but I think their system that they clock in your details, they can tell the days you come to buy pizza. So before that day, they always send you message. Domino Pizza consistently send message to you, telling you about the new recipe they have, telling you about the new flavor they have, and so on. And what will happen is that what they are trying to do is to increase the frequency of purchase. That's what they are trying to do. So that is the strategy. Domino's Pizza is to increase the frequency of purchase. So if you have a client who is buying one plot every year, what can you make? What can you do? What can you do? What can you do, right? To make that person want to be buying maybe 2 or 3 every year instead of the 1 every year, provided the person has the purchasing power. What can you do? These strategies I will show you in the boot camp. The lady I say came, that I was saying Chris knows, that came for this last boot camp from Port Harcourt that made sales before the end of the training. This was one of the strategies I told her to use. And she was able to make sales that qualified her for the white trip. So it is not magic. Now, somebody's saying because she has a higher bargaining power with developer because of her production number. That is not, you too can do it. It's not only by bargaining power. The realtor that I say that just moved from Asaba to Lagos, that is now based in Lagos, she's doing it. Like I said, she didn't run too many ads this year, but she was able to make sales from her existing customers. I will show you strategies that you never imagine you could use in selling, and you will stay. Customer will be the one calling you. Don't you have any new product? This lady I'm talking about, the customer, the one, what's happening now? You're not getting new product for us this period. As a customer calling you to ask for new products. That is, all those are strategy, not by running ad alone. All right? So these are many more. The only way we are running ad is because we want to be bringing in more leads. When we run ad, most of my clients, when they run ad, it's because we are looking for not sales. Yes, I'm not saying we don't make sales from them, but most of the time it's to get new lead that will always prospect on while we keep upselling. So like to round off your marketing target for the next year, how many of it are you expecting to come from existing customers? Repeated purchase. You need to also strike it, okay? How many of these, out of these 500 million I want to make, I want at least 200 million to come from my existing customer. The next question is, how would you make it happen? All right, so that is all for today's section. So I want to thank you so much for your time. I really appreciate it. I always see it as a blessing and a pleasure to have the opportunity to speak to people. It excites me. This is my happiest moment anytime I have the opportunity to speak to people. All right. So thank you very much for your time. I appreciate it. I love you all. And I don't know if there's still a question. A lot of persons are obviously tired. Okay, so that is the end of today's section. If there's no question, that will be all for today. So we make order. When is the next training? Which of the next training, I beg? Is it the boot camp or this kind of training? This type of training on Zoom? Is that what you're asking? So, and now this is one favor I'll ask from every one of you. If you got value from the training, one favor I'll ask from every one of you, is to go to the WhatsApp group and at least say something about what you learned from the training. Okay, for bootcamp, I am not certain. It might likely be, because most of the time it is demand that has been making us do the bootcamp. Because the truth is, this year we never expected that the bootcamp section started this year. We never expected that we're going to be doing bootcamp before. So every month, before this bootcamp end, we're already having demand. People, okay, I want to pay for next bootcamp. I want to pay for next bootcamp. For now, for instance, we don't really plan to hold bootcamp by December. But if the demand is high, would likely do that. But if the demand is not, no, I will open the group. Don't worry about that. I'll open the group. If the demand is high, we'll still hold another section. But if the demand is not, because it's time, apart from that, is always a busy schedule for me. It's always a busy schedule for me, most festive period. There's a lot of strategy section to hold with my existing clients and new clients. Like I said, I have an engagement almost every day of the week that require my tech attention like this. So thank you very much for your time and God bless you. So I'll open the WhatsApp group. You'll be able to drop your comments. Thank you and see you some other time.